Welcome to part 4 of this landing page course. Here we'll be discussing copywriting that converts. If you don't consider yourself a great writer, don't worry. The things we'll be covering are easy to learn and can make a huge difference in getting people to take action. And even if you won't be writing the copy for your landing pages directly, maybe you'll be outsourcing it to another team member or freelancer, it's still important to have a general understanding of what works and what doesn't. Writing copy for landing pages is not difficult once you have a few basic principles down. Some of those principles that I've picked up over the years are what we're going to cover in this video, so let's get started. These are the 5 tips we're going to look at. Write copy before design, optimize for small screens and short attention spans, make the reader the hero, don't forget about the microcopy, and reduce, simplify, and amplify. Let's break down each one in more detail. Write copy before design. Now let's face it, the copy on your landing page is more important than the design of your page. I'd take a well-written page with bad design over a well-designed page with bad copy any day of the week. Copywriters from the golden era of print were able to get by with print-heavy layouts that focused very little on design elements. This ad from 1927 is often cited as one of the most studied ads of all time. While yes, there is a design element to it, the copy is what does the heavy lifting. Optimize for small screens and short attention spans. You need to assume that your landing page visitor is in a hurry, on the go, and just needs the key information right away. They aren't sitting down in a comfy chair on a Sunday with a coffee in hand and a broadband internet connection connected to a 27-inch monitor in front of them. They're being bombarded with other inputs and other stimulus. They want to get what they need and move on. They want to find out what's in it for them. Even if that's not the case for all of your visitors, you should write your copy as if it is. Don't make people work too hard to get what you're saying. Make the reader the hero. You may have heard the phrase, make the reader the hero of the story. This is something that Donald Miller, founder of StoryBrand.com and the author of Building a Story Brand, says all the time. The idea is that people don't want to hire a hero. They want to be the hero. So you need to position yourself or your brand or your company or your product and service as the guide and not the hero. The job of the guide is to help the visitor become the hero. One way to do this is to reduce the amount of time you spend talking about yourself or your brand. Don't use words like about us, and try to reduce the number of times you say we on the page. Focus on the value you provide. Nobody cares that your business was founded 20 years ago in California. They care that you're able to help people solve very specific problems. So make that the focus. To learn more about story branding, I recommend you check out Donald Miller's book, Building a Story Brand. It's a fast and fascinating read, and you can find a link to it in the section below this video. Another great book I recommend is Microcopy, the Complete Guide. If you haven't heard the term microcopy, it refers to the words that accompany the user's actions on a page. Things like button text, lists, assistive text, form headers, form labels, all that type of stuff. This is the text that is often overlooked by a traditional copywriter who instead focuses on the main paragraphs or the major headlines. But to ignore microcopy in a landing page environment is just foolish. This is some of the most important copy on your page, including the copy that gets people to take action, like your call to action button text. That's the microcopy. We'll cover call to action microcopy a bit later in this course, but if you want to dive in more detail, check out Microcopy, the Complete Guide. A link to the book is below this video. And finally, remove, simplify, and amplify. You need to bring clarity to your copy by removing the unnecessary, simplifying jargon and abbreviations, and amplifying key parts. You would be amazed at the number of pages we have been able to improve just by removing stuff. Here's something you can try. Take a current page that isn't performing as well as you think it could and remove at least 50% of the copy. Launch the shortened version as an A/B test and see which one performs better. You might be in for a surprise. The same goes for simplifying content. Are you using industry speak or jargon or abbreviations on your page? This could be confusing your visitors. Use simple words to get to the heart of what's in it for your visitor. Lastly, amplify the most important parts on your page using bold text or underlines or different colors or highlighting. Or take a complete sentence and turn it into a bulleted list. Take something that's complex and turn it into a list as well. Make it easy to skim the copy on your page. A good example of this is with testimonials. Oftentimes we see testimonials that are just blocks of text. Instead, go for shorter testimonials, just a sentence or two, and add bold or highlighting to the most important phrase in each testimonial. That way people can skim them and still get the main point. Okay, that wraps up this discussion of these 5 copywriting tips. Next up, we'll look specifically at headlines and how to write headlines that convert. So I'll see you in the next video.